Welcome to another fun-filled episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick.
And we are apart again. Are we not?
Yes.
It's like we're doing it week on, week off this time at the minute.
No, 1 week only. We'll have a good streak. Well, we'll have a good streak together until I go on holiday, but we'll work that out.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon, isn't it? We need to figure out what we're going to do for that.
It's fine. You could fly solo.
But Harrison did on Grief Burrito this week.
I know.
You heard it.
I saw. I've not listened.
So
yet.
impressed by it. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a special guest presenter on while you're off or something.
We'll work something out.
We'll figure it out. How are you, Nick?
I'm good. Very good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good week?
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah?
Bought some sunglasses. That might be a bit hopeful.
Yeah. It's not been too bad today. It's quite warm today. It's not, I wouldn't say sunny, but it's quite warm.
I've watched a lot of football.
Yeah, me too. More than I expected to watch, to be fair.
Me too. I think I was bitten a bit this week by it.
Caught the fever a little bit.
A little bit. So yeah, that's because it's been on pretty much every night. Although conveniently not while we were recording. So that's
that's really
quite
helpful.
good.
Is it back? It's back tomorrow.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. How's it going? What do you think? Is it coming home? I hate that phrase so much. I don't know why I just said that. It's the most arrogant thing. I really hate it when people say it.
When we went to the pub a few weeks ago, I did say to you.
You did. I'll give you
that. I think we can win it.
You did. I'll give you that.
That was before a ball was kicked.
It was. It was indeed.
I
think. Go on.
I was going to say I'm less convinced that we can win it, but I'm pretty confident we can get to the final.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if we're ever going to win it, this is the year to do it.
Sure.
The fact that most of the games have been at Wembley, I don't know. It just feels like it's ours to lose, which is again is a really arrogant thing to say. But I don't know anything about football.
No, me neither. Historically, that's what we're good at, losing it. So
that's true. That is very true. Been up to much else?
What else? Working hard, you know me.
I do.
Grafting away.
As you do. That's what you get paid the big bucks for.
I don't know about that. My eldest daughter went away with school on her first residential type trip.
God, your kids are growing up too quick. How was that?
She had a great time.
Yeah.
They did sort of climbing and abseiling and
like an activities week.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Sounded great.
Excellent.
Sound great. In the damp, cold, and rain. So they had a good time.
Good.
So we said to my youngest daughter, "What would you like to do? You're
flying solo for the week."
Yeah, for a couple of nights. What do you want to do? She's like, "Can we go shopping?" I was like, "Oh god." So we went shopping, bought some pretty dresses.
Nice. For you?
Yep.
Excellent.
And she wanted pizza from the pizza guy.
Excellent.
So the pizza guy came round and bought some pizza. And we watched.
That's not me. I'd like to.
No, we watched. I'm crossing over now into what we've watched this week because I watched some stuff. So
I'll do that first. We've never done it first. Let's do it first. I haven't watched anything other than football.
So I watched Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah,
on Disney Plus. That was
good?
That was her choice. Like it wasn't bad, but I thought it was very formulaic.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's kind of. I felt I was watching Moana again, just set in a different part of the world.
Oh right, okay.
It wasn't a musical either, so there was no fun songs.
Ah.
But it looks great. Of course it does. It's the minimum you expect.
Did she enjoy it?
Yeah, she did, yeah.
That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. So we did that, but we had to have a sleepover in the living room. So that was fun. And then on the next morning, I've been to the cinema.
You've been to the cinema?
Yeah. We went to the cinema.
I've not been to the cinema and you've been to the cinema. That's crazy. How was that?
What, as an experience?
Yeah, as a post-COVID experience.
It was fine. I mean, it was 11:30 on a Saturday morning, so it wasn't like brimming full of people. but it was fine, you know. It was no one was sat too near each other.
It just works, doesn't it? I don't know why it took so long to reopen them.
Walk straight in. No worries.
It shouldn't have taken so long to reopen them, really.
Do you want to know what I saw?
I'd love to know what you saw. Yeah.
So when you think of like sequels, you think of that rare breed that is better than the original. So you've got Godfather Part 2, The Empire Strikes Back. You know, they're a couple of the most famous ones.
Yeah.
Well, I had the pleasure of seeing Peter Rabbit 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not as good as the first one.
I've not seen the first one, to be fair. Is it James Corden? Have I made that up?
He does the voice of the rabbit.
The main one.
And my favourite bit of the whole movie was when the agent, because Peter's now a famous star of books, so the literary agent tells him he's got a bit of an annoying voice. Right. Which I quite liked, given that it was James Corden. Yeah.
Nice.
It's fine. It's Rose Byrne and Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah.
Are the main couple.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's slapstick, stupid pratfalls and stuff. That's fine.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
How about you? What have you done this week?
I'm pretty sure both my neighbours hate me.
Okay.
I had a bit of a mare.
I told you not to make the peephole.
I wish it was something that good. So last week, I'm sure you're aware, was Amazon Prime Day.
Yes.
So I treated myself to a new burglar alarm.
Okay.
A Ring burglar alarm.
Cool.
So you get like a few sensors and a few bits and bobs, and it pings your phone if anybody intrudes in your house when you're not there.
Sure.
Simple. So I set it all up. This was after the England game on Tuesday.
Yes.
And during the Sweden-Ukraine game. So by the time I'd finished setting it up, it was about 10:30.
Yeah.
And the last thing it says to you when you're setting it up is, would you like to test the siren?
Oh, good.
Now I'm like, I didn't buy the siren because you can buy a siren to go on the outside of your house.
Yes.
So I was like, I didn't buy the siren, so I'll just press yes. Turns out, the base station is a fucking loud siren. At 10:30 at night. Now, I've only just set this thing up. I have no idea how to turn this siren off. So it was going off for about a minute and a half before I figured out what the fuck it was.
I suppose if you didn't realise you had a siren, you wouldn't have read ahead to see how to turn it off.
Exactly. It doesn't say anywhere that there's a siren built into the base station. It is the loudest thing I've ever heard. It was so loud, I nearly did a little bit of poo. And it was going off. And the next door, they've got a kid, a little baby. Yeah. The other guy next door works nights. He might have been at work. Hopefully, it was at work. But yeah, it was bad times. It scared the living bejeebus out of me because I was not expecting it to do anything.
Can you quickly disarm it now if it was to go off?
Yes, I know how to do it now. I figured out quite quickly how to do it.
But you were under pressure.
Yeah, but then that same evening, I was in bed. It was 10 to 2 in the morning. Okay. And all of a sudden, my Alexa decided it was going to start playing some music.
Oh, lovely.
I've got 4 Alexas in this house, and all of them started playing the music at the same time.
Oh, brilliant.
So, pretty sure the neighbours heard that as well. I leant over to my Alexa that's in my bedroom and told it to stop. That one, for some reason, was on Do Not Disturb. So it wouldn't listen to me. So that was going off for about 2 minutes as well until I figured out how to turn it off.
What was it? What did it play?
I can't remember. Whatever the last thing I was listening to was, I can't remember what it was.
Why did that happen?
I've no idea. Because somebody at work said, "Oh, you must have spoke in your sleep," and I'm like, "But it was on Do Not Disturb. I couldn't turn it off." So I've no idea. Not to freak
you out, but maybe your burglar alarm wasn't working and someone else was in there.
Maybe.
And just thought, what does this guy like listening to? Yeah.
Oh, it was the weirdest thing. So my heart jumped twice in that night, and I'm an old man. I can't be having that sort of thing happening. So I'm pretty sure the neighbours probably heard that as well. so they definitely hate me now.
They probably think you've got some kind of some campaign waging against them for no reason.
Well, I wouldn't. No, there would be reasons. Trust me.
Uh,
You've met them.
maybe
Anyway.
they'll get their young child to just cry at you through the wall as a revenge.
Maybe indeed. Yeah, so I had quite an eventful night on Tuesday night.
Oh, that's pretty exciting.
But the alarms are working now, so I feel a lot more secure when I'm at home.
I can't hear it, so that must be working.
Yep, it's not going off, so that's good. It's disarmed at the moment because I'm at home, obviously.
But
other than that, I've not done a lot this week. I went to see my brother the other day and watched football with him. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've done.
Good times. Just to round up what we've watched, I took up one of your recommendations.
Okay.
I watched Fresh Fried and Crispy.
Oh, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I really liked the host.
Yeah, he's awesome, isn't he?
What's his name? Dime Drops.
Dime Drops, yeah.
I thought he was very eloquent.
He was, wasn't he?
And
he had a real passion for the food.
He did. I don't know if he was coming up with all those descriptions just on the spot, but I was quite impressed.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
If I'm being hypercritical, I think you touched on it. I wasn't massively set on the format where he's like arbitrarily scoring them, and
yeah,
I didn't really.
It didn't
that
seem. No, it didn't need to
element
happen, did it? Because if he was still in the restaurant, that restaurant always won. And
Yeah.
But then if he was walking down the streets, it was one of the ones from earlier on, so you could tell which one was going to win anyway.
So, but yeah, it's good. It's fun.
It was nice to just get out into different areas of the suburbs and cities that you don't really see on TV. Like, he never went on the strip in Vegas. He was all off strip stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite good about it.
So yeah, I'd give it a pretty decent recommend. I thought it was fun. So I mean, some of the dishes just looked amazing.
Yeah, they really did.
The like waffle sandwich.
Oh yes,
just awesome. And the crab.
Strong recommend.
The crab one as well.
The crab one was amazing. All that
sandwich
seafood looked really nice. Yeah. Strong recommend from both of us.
Yeah, I've watched something else. Just one episode of this week.
Okay.
And it's one of the most American programs I've ever watched.
Nice.
Just totally randomly on Netflix. It's called The World's Most Amazing Vacation Rentals.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think we'd call it...
Sounds awesome.
The World's Best Holiday Homes.
Yes, probably.
But it's a sort of tour around the world, just, doing what it says on the tin. The presenters are very over the top and a bit annoying, but they go to some beautiful places. And there's some awesome properties. It's just a bit of stupid fun, but I would rather, if I'm looking for something a bit stupid and fun, watch that and imagine sitting looking at a waterfall on a private island rather than the stupid fun I would allegedly have watching something like Sexy Beasts or Too Hot to Handle.
True. Everybody at work is talking about Too Hot to Handle.
Are they?
Oh, it's ridiculous. And Love Island's back as well, and that's pretty much all anybody's talking about. Those two.
They're like the same thing, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah, I think so. Aren't they like opposites of each other?
I don't know.
Love Island's like encourage coupling up, and Too Hot to Handle discourage it. I think they're like opposites. Are you going to watch Sexy Beasts? Here's a question. Because I really want you to.
I might watch one for
Shall we both watch one?
Purposes of this show.
Let's both watch one and give our opinions on it. I don't. It's soon. I'm not sure when. I think it's some point in July.
Yeah, I think it's mid-July. So
yeah, I think you're right. We'll both watch the first one and see what we think.
Okay.
We'll extend our odds into it.
Okay. Fine.
Right.
What's next?
Netflix news.
Let's do some news.
Do you want to kick off?
I can kick off. Do you ever download from Netflix?
I have done in the past if I'm like going away or something, and I'll just put a few on my laptop just in case there's nothing to do at night.
Okay, I've never done
it. Generally, I don't.
Okay. Interestingly, then, Netflix have announced that they are trialing a new feature. It's going to start for mobile users on Android, which they seem to start with Android. I don't know if that's because it's a bit easier to get up and running.
I think most places start with Android.
The feature is that users will be allowed to view a piece of content even if it hasn't completed downloading. So,
right, okay.
You know, obviously in the event the download fails or it can't complete because of you've not got enough data or your Wi-Fi is crap, then it will still let you watch and then it will restart the download when you are back in range.
Interesting.
That's coming very soon, and as I say, starting on Android. I don't know if that would be any use to many people, but I guess it kind of makes sense, doesn't it, to have that feature?
Yeah, definitely. I guess so.
If you're
it's surprising they didn't
desperate.
already have it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was a little bit surprised, but there you go.
Okay.
Do you like Catherine Tate?
No.
Okay. Then this may not be for you because
okay, cool.
It has been announced this week that she is going to have a new show coming to Netflix.
Okay.
Early next year.
Right.
It is called Hard Sell.
Okay.
Cell being spelt C-E-L-L because
it's in prison cell.
it's a prison comedy.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Not only is it a prison comedy, it is a prison comedy in which Catherine Tate plays multiple characters.
Oh, goodness me.
I mean, that's quite a turn off for me, regardless of who it is. We talked about the Mike Myers show, didn't we? That's coming, and he's doing the same thing, and it always makes me think of like Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, exactly.
Hard Sell's a prison comedy. It is written by and will star Catherine Tate. It's been described by the creative team, which, as far as I know, is her, as funny and touching all at once.
Not like anything else she's ever done, then. Sorry, I just don't. I don't really like her very much. Nothing she's ever done's really been that good. I don't think.
I quite like. I didn't mind her in The Office, the few US offices that I've seen. But I was never into a sketch show that was huge over here.
No, not me. No, isn't she a bit old school now as well? It was like she's a bit of a like. God, to remember Catherine Tate. She hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, what's she doing nowadays?
Yeah. No, I can't say I'm excited for that. I don't think I'll be checking that one out.
It says here it's a mockumentary as well. I feel that's very played out.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're gonna do it, let's do it properly, guys.
Every sentence you say about this thing just turns me off even more.
So, would you say hard sell is a hard sell?
Hard sell is a no sell for me, I'm afraid.
Okay. What about this one then instead? Oh yeah, okay. Go on then.
I'll do one. Do you like My Little Pony?
It's fine, I suppose. I've never really watched it. I must say.
Of course you do. You're well into it.
No. Honestly, we got a few of the toys and stuff, but no, I can't say we've ever really watched it.
Well, you're going to get the chance because Netflix are doing a movie.
Oh, excellent.
It's coming in September. They've released a trailer this week, and the casting details have also been announced. Would you like to know some of the cast members?
I sure would.
So in the main not title role, but lead role is Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay.
She plays Sunny, and Kimiko Glenn plays Izzy. That's the main two characters. Kimiko Glenn obviously was famous for being in BoJack Horseman.
Sure.
So Sonic the Hedgehog's James Marsden plays Hitch. Sophia Carson as Pip, and YouTuber turned TV host Liz Akashi as Zip. Excellent. But then when you get to the supporting cast, the names start appearing.
Oh,
so
right.
Ken Jeong is in it.
He's never short of work, is he?
He really isn't at all. Voice acting legend Phil Lamar is in it. Jane Krakowski's in it, who's also always good value. And Michael McKean is in it.
Oh, excellent.
It's coming in, I think I said it's coming in September. Do you want the synopsis?
Yes, please. Hit me.
It says, the unimaginable has happened. Equestria has lost its magic. Earth ponies, unicorn and Pegasi are no longer friends and now live separated by species. But idealistic Earth pony Sunny is determined to find a way to bring enchantment and unity back to their world.
I'm on board.
You're on board? That's good.
Yeah.
Because the film is debuting in September and a TV series will follow.
Excellent.
So you've got loads of time. It's like CGI animation. It looks The animation style is actually quite good. Yeah, I thought you'd be into that. So
I'm well in.
It's a decent cast, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that one done. Do you want to do another one?
Sure. My wife always gives me grief.
Goes out on a
about...
Thursday? Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah. Gives me grief about the fact I get these two people confused. And I think they're really easily confusable. So I would like to know what you think. The individuals that I'm talking about are James Nesbitt.
Yep.
Irish actor.
Correct.
And John Hannah.
They have a very similar look.
Scottish actor.
Yeah.
I always get confused.
I can get that. I can understand why.
It's plausible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
James Nesbitt's the one who used to be in everything, and John Hannah's the one who's in everything now.
John Hannah's the one who was from like The Mummy and lots of stuff. James Nesbitt was like Cold Feet and lots of other stuff.
He did Jekyll. That was quite good.
Oh yeah.
Watching that.
Well, one of them is about to star in a new Netflix series.
Okay.
It's the next Harlan Coben adaptation.
Oh, right. Both of them, they've been really good that he's done so far for Netflix.
Yeah. So the next one is called Stay Close. And it will star James Nesbitt.
Not John Hannah.
No, definitely James Nesbitt.
Cool. Imagine if they both turned up in something, you'd be well confused.
I know. Have you ever seen them in the same place?
No.
Well, just saying.
Oh, there you go.
It's a very generic synopsis, which I think could probably apply to any of this sort of program.
Is it to do with missing children?
3 people, a dark secret, and a past that won't stay buried.
That is very generic.
The story follows a suburban wife and mother who hides a dark and dangerous past.
Ooh.
James Nesbitt is playing a detective in this show. Richard Armitage will also be in it. Joe Joyner and Sarah Parish are also in the cast. It's based on... Go on.
No, you finish.
Yeah, based on Harlan Coben's book of the same name, 8 episodes, and we will get it either the end of this year or very early 2022.
Is it going straight to Netflix? Because the previous ones have been on terrestrial TV first.
This article says it's going to Netflix.
Okay, because it's got a very much an ITV drama cast list there.
So the previous ones was The Stranger.
Yeah, and Safe.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. It is a very...
Joe Joyner and Sarah...
That sort of cast.
What's the name? Yeah, it's a very ITV drama cast. But then the other two were as well. So they were both really good.
Okay.
Maybe
I'll check them out.
I definitely will. The one with Michael C. Hall in is really good.
Yes, I've heard it's pretty good.
I think that's safe.
Probably from you.
Probably, yeah. Talking of Michael C. Hall, I've got a little bit of the Dexter reboot news.
Okay.
It's going straying away from Netflix. It's been announced this week that John Lithgow signed into the cast.
Oh, really?
Yes. Very, very interesting because he was the greatest bad guy in Dexter history and star of the best season of Dexter. So,
it's incredible. Season 4.
Season 4 of Dexter is the best TV season of any show ever. No show's ever beaten season 4 of Dexter. Not even any single season of Lost is better than season 4 of Dexter.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guff in Lost, whereas Dexter's, 10, 12 episodes? And
there's a heck of a lot of guff in Dexter, but season 4 is all killer, no filler. But yeah, I'm assuming I've come to the conclusion that he's probably going to have a number of dark passengers in this season. You know, like he used to have his dad telling him what to do. I think he might be haunted by his previous victims, and that's where that role kind of signs up. I'm expecting his sister to show up, and
makes sense.
And Jimmy Smits hopefully be good if they could get him back, that sort of thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Colin Hanks, people like that. So, but yeah, John Lithgow is signed to be in the season. So I'm probably 100 times more excited now than I was before, and I was pretty excited before.
Yes, that intrigues me.
Definitely.
I've got to say.
Excellent. What's next?
Finance news.
Finance news.
I know how to excite you.
You do.
Just a real quick one because I thought this was kind of fun. If you had been lucky enough to invest $1,000 in Netflix stock 10 years ago,
yeah,
how much would that be worth today?
Oh, wow. Probably triple.
Triple.
That's too low. Maybe even more. I don't know.
Maybe more than triple.
Yeah.
Would you like to know how much?
Yeah. It's going to be a lot.
Your $1,000 would now be worth $14,000.
Wow.
$14,075.
Wow. That's very accurate as well. Wow, that's like a lot more than triple.
A 1,307% gain.
Wow, I wish I'd got a time machine.
Yeah, me too, for many reasons.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't just go and put $1,000 in there.
Yeah, that's that. Do you want, like, if we were the news, like the actual news,
yeah,
this one would be like and finally.
Okay.
But it's not a final one because I've got two more after it. But
I've got a couple as well.
But at least one. I'll do this one next.
Okay.
So Netflix, an unnamed Netflix production, up in Barrow, Northern England, has made a very generous donation to the local Morrison's store. Other supermarkets, I'm sure, are available. Right,
okay.
They bought over £700 of pre-packed shopping bags, as in like so. I don't know if you've seen this. I've certainly seen it at one of our supermarkets where you can buy a bag of shopping, and it is then donated to a food bank or
so it's
hospitals or that sort of thing.
Like a lucky bag. You don't know what you're getting, but you can get it and then donate it.
Yeah, but you can buy one. You'll have one that's like full of baby nappies and wipes and stuff like that, and that will go to the maternity unit or whatever.
Got you.
So well over £700 worth of purchases in these bags from a Netflix crew who was filming around the corner.
Oh, interesting.
As it was their last day of filming.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a nice little.
That's a nice little gesture. Do we know what production it was? Or?
So it says they couldn't disclose.
Oh.
The crew member could not disclose what they were filming.
Very interesting.
So there you go. Yeah.
Secret projects. Cool. Next.
Want me to keep going?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things on the list, and then I'm done. So you carry on, and then I'll jump in at the end.
Quentin Tarantino has written a novel.
Has he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of.
Oh.
Quentin Tarantino has released his first novel. It is a novelization of one of his own movies.
Okay, that's interesting.
He has novelized.
Novelized?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And it came out this week, which is quite timely because in the UK, that movie hits Netflix in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I read that was coming. That's interesting. I wonder why. I bet he's just been bored during lockdown. So let me write the novel of this film.
I've already got a script. I've already made the movie. Let's have a go at writing a novel. You can go out and you can find that. You can buy it if you so wish.
I'll probably be alright. I've not even seen the film yet. I'm going to watch that when it comes to Netflix, definitely.
Me too. He did an interview not that long ago, which I caught a little bit of, and he basically he's sort of toyed with it a bit before, but he was basically saying he's probably got one more movie in him. Yeah.
Hasn't he always said that he's only going to ever make, like, is it 9 movies?
9 or 10, yeah. I think depending on if you count Kill Bill as 1 or 2.
1 or 2, yeah.
Yes.
That's one, incidentally.
Whether they will actually do it or not, I don't know. We'll see.
Kill Bill's one movie, just as a...
Yeah, I totally agree.
And an awesome one at that.
Yes.
Next.
My final one.
Yep.
I want to go out with a bang. We mentioned quite some time ago that it was amidst our Nicolas Cage phase, which has probably been going about 30 years now.
Yeah.
that we'd heard of a movie that was coming where Nicolas Cage would play Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I remember talking about that years ago.
And I don't know, I can't even remember if it had an official title at the time. Well, it now has.
Oh, right, okay.
And there's a short synopsis.
Excellent.
It's got a release date.
Oh, right, okay.
April the 22nd, 2022.
Right, okay, next year. I'll take that.
You will be able to watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, that is the most Cage thing I've ever heard.
It is a fantasy movie which will follow Nicolas Cage, who is at a low point in his career. He takes $1 million to attend the birthday party of a super fan, played by Pedro Pascal. However, this being Nicolas Cage, nothing is ever that simple, and a CIA agent, played by Tiffany Haddish, recruits him to make sure he's at his cagiest in order to save himself and everyone he loves.
Oh, that sounds incredible. I am all over that. That sounds amazing.
It will be directed by Tom Gormican, who previously directed the romance movie That Awkward Moment. And joining the cast are Neil Patrick Harris and Sharon Horgan.
Oh, wow. I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. Nicolas Cage going full Nicolas Cage is going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be completely off the leash in that.
I feel like it might open a paradox in the space-time continuum.
Possibly. Just kill us all off. End the world. Wow. That's exciting.
But that is very exciting. Yes. I have no more words. I'm so excited by it.
Me too. Do you want a list?
Yes.
You know, I will love a list. Quickly, before we go on to the list, I just want to mention a couple of notable things that have arrived on Netflix this week. America the Motion Picture has now arrived on the stream.
I will be checking it out.
I'm going to partake over the weekend at some point. And by the time this episode comes out, because it comes out tomorrow as we're recording, the first Fear Street film comes out.
I've seen a couple of... I've not read the detail, but I have noticed over the last couple of days a couple of reviews for it.
Yeah, there's a couple of popping up.
They seem very positive, I must say.
Mostly favourable. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, I'll be checking that. I'm checking both of those out over the weekend.
Good.
If I get time. Because there's a big football game on Saturday night. I don't know if we've mentioned it.
Oh, yes, of course there is.
I've got a list.
List me.
I've got a global top 10 movies on Netflix for June 2021. I've also got the UK version and the US version, so we'll see how we go. Do you want to know the top 10 movies on Netflix for June?
Of course.
Across the world. This is worldwide, right?
Okay.
9 of the 10 are Netflix originals, so I don't know how accurate it is.
Okay. But it stands to reason that is going to happen because your Netflix originals are likely to be in more territories.
Correct. Yeah, they literally hit every territory.
Yeah.
So coming in at number 10 is the only non-Netflix original on the list, which is Baywatch.
Okay.
Number 9 is Rurouni Kenshin: The Final.
Yeah, it's great.
Yep. No idea what that is. Doggone Trouble is at number 8.
Okay.
The Silver Skates is at number 7. Continuing our skater theme is Skater Girl at number 6.
Sure.
Just stop me if you've heard of any of them.
I've heard of that one because it was we've briefly mentioned it on one of our movie chats before.
Okay, cool. Extreme is at number 5, and the top 4 you will have heard of. Army of the Dead is at number 4.
Okay.
Now, I imagine they would like that to have been higher because the amount of publicity that got. Awake is at number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That's only been out like a week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's rated in points. I don't know what the points mean or where they come from, but it's 2,000 points ahead of Army of the Dead. Fatherhood is at number 2.
Sure.
Do you want to have a guess at what the number 1 was? 5,000 points above the second one? It's animated.
I'm not animated. Is it Wish Dragon?
It is indeed Wish Dragon.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the UK top 10?
Yes.
So, superheroes did well in this one. So, Columbiana is number 10.
That's a decent movie.
Yeah, The Dead Don't Die at number 9. Not a decent movie. Aquaman is at number 8. Awake is at number 7. Dog Gone Trouble at number 6. Yesterday at number 5, which was the Beatles film.
It was.
Spider-Man Far From Home at number 4. Fatherhood at number 3. Wish Dragon at number 2. And Believe Me, The Abduction of Lisa McVeigh is at number 1, which apparently is really good. I've heard a couple of people say how good that is.
Is that a movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's not a true documentary?
No, I think it's a movie based on a true story.
Oh, okay.
A couple of other notable observations. Do you want some notable observations?
Absolutely.
Baggio, The Divine Ponytail, only came in at number 6 on the Italian Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't break in. So that's...
People too busy watching real football.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, so I think that's going to be classed as a flop, as it did not make any of the other lists either. In Netflix India, 50 Shades of Grey was the big runaway winner. Over 100 points ahead of the second placed Skater Girl. So yeah, it's a few surprises in there, I think. Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I like it.
It's always good to know what's doing well and what's not doing well.
Sure thing.
I have finished with my news.
Me too. That was a bountiful sack of news this week.
It was. I was worried that we weren't going to have a lot to talk about this week, but we are flying through this episode. How are you holding up? Are you good? You good to keep going?
Yeah, absolutely. What's
Excellent.
next?
What's next? I've got a game where we can extend our rods. Which one do you want to do first?
Rods.
Rods first?
Yeah.
Okay. You want a headline on my game? That's not good. I'm just going to turn my light on because I can't see what I'm doing anymore. Bear with me a second.
Oh, just leave it. Leave it off and just guess. What could go wrong?
Well, the game would go very wrong because I can't read what it says.
Just describe the shapes. That's just all that letters are.
Let's do the game first, and then we'll finish
Okay.
we'll finish on the extending the rod, shall we?
Fine.
Yeah.
Do what you want. I don't care.
It's the same game we played the other week, where I've taken some films that we've watched on the show previously, translated them through Google Translate a few times, and I want you to try and guess what I've come up with.
Excellent. I was brilliant at this last time. So
some of these are a bit more difficult this time.
Oh, good.
I've gone for some more random languages. So the first one, I started with English, obviously, translated to Arabic, Spanish, Samoan, Kazakh, and then back to English. And it came up with Morning Shot.
Have we watched something called like Daybreak or something?
I like you thinking that you're translating the words rather than the phrase. That's how you've got to look at these, I think.
What was it? Morning Shot?
Morning Shot. Shot, not so much as morning. That's the morning is the one you're looking for.
Something about woken up, wake, awake.
What time do you wake?
The morning.
That's another word for morning. What's a word that describes part of the morning?
The morn. Now you just made me think about breakfast.
Sorry. Do you pass?
I think I do pass.
It's the dawn wall.
The dawn wall, of course it is.
I don't know where shot came from, but it did.
Oh, should have got that. Do you know what the biggest problem is? I can't remember any of the movies we've watched.
Okay, so you're down 1-0. The next one I did English to Russian to Italian and back to English, so not so many languages this time, and it came up with I Only Think Now. 2 of those words are in the original title.
I Think We're Alone Now.
Correct. Well done. I'm impressed.
Which movie was that? Was that the Peter Dinklage one?
That was the Peter Dinklage one, yeah, the post-apocalyptic.
Okay. That's going back a while, isn't it?
That feels like a long time ago, doesn't it? It really does. The next one, I went from English to Esperanto to Welsh to Turkish and back to English again, and it came up with Mounds of Heaven.
That's great, mate. That's a better name than whatever the movie is.
It is.
Mounds of Heaven.
Yeah.
Could be the dawn wall again.
Both of those words translate quite well, to be fair.
Okay.
Think about what heaven is and what a mound is.
A mound is a hill.
Correct.
And heaven is the afterlife.
Almost. You've got one of the words in the film. There's only 2 words in the film and you've got one of them.
Hill? What have we watched? It's got a hill in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's been a long day. Don't vex me.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you the answer?
The Is it The Disappearance at Clifton Hill?
No.
Oh. What? No, go on, tell me.
It is the episode that is currently out now. It is Paradise Hills.
Paradise Hills.
We've had 2 films with hills in the title this season. I've only just noticed that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Next one. So you're 2-1 down.
Okay.
So this one's gone from English to Turkish to Estonian to Romanian and then back to English again. And it's came up with Premier Journey.
First.
Yeah.
Something. Trip.
Come
Leg.
on.
First leg. First match.
First match, correct. Well done. So you're 2-2, so this one's a decider.
Yeah, I'd just like to make it a bit exciting.
Yeah, of course you do. It's like a penalty shootout. This one's gone from English to Arabic to Ukrainian to Croatian and back to English again. And it's come up with The Large and Murder.
Right, consider me Kylian Mbappe. The Large Murder.
No, The Large and Murder.
Oh, The Large and Murder.
So if you murder, what do you do?
Kill.
Correct. And something that's large is...
Huge.
Yep.
Big. Massive.
Yep. So what... Keep going.
The big kill.
I was to kill something massive. You would say...
Is it Murder Party?
No.
Ah.
Think
is big.
Think of something massive that's got killed. People are shouting at their podcast players right now.
I'm sure they are. I'm not going to get it.
You are going to get it. Something that's really big, almost you could say gigantic, that gets killed. Gigantic. Gigantic.
A giant?
Yeah.
What's that film we watched about giants? I Kill Giants.
Correct. Well done. I'm not sure I'm giving you that one, but yeah, that was the Large and the Large and Murder. I thought was really good. I enjoyed that.
That is quite good, actually.
It's not as good as the Mounds of Heaven or whatever it was, but
yeah.
So you won technically.
I don't think I can.
I think I give you that.
I don't think I can claim that.
Shall we extend our rods, Nick? After
already done.
Cool. Me too. We're not in the same room though, so it's not got the same effect. After last week's disastrous performance of the rod extension episode, we have now both watched the first 2 episodes of...
Look, it happens to everyone from time to time.
Bloodride. I found out what happened. Well, I think I figured out what happened. Is that when we picked Bloodride, Netflix does that thing where it starts automatically playing an episode.
Right.
And I couldn't find my remote. So I managed to find it and stopped it, turned it off, went back to whatever I was doing. But then when I started next, it thought I'd already watched that episode.
Ah, because you'd played a certain amount of it.
Enough of it for Netflix to think he's already watched that. So
I see.
It moved me on to the second one. I believe that's what's happened. However, I've now watched both of them.
Me too.
Shall we start with the first one?
So the first one that...
the one you watched last week, the first episode of the season, technically.
The actual first episode of Bloodride, yes. So this was a tale about a family who had just moved to the country.
Yes.
Because they can't afford to live that sweet city life. They are downsizing, they move into kind of like a farmhouse, and their neighbours are extremely friendly.
Yeah, they are. They're very friendly people.
They all love their pets.
They do indeed. So they all came round on the first day when this family moved in and helped them do up the house, didn't they? The whole town turned up and pitched in. Then they had like a nice barbecue afterwards, and everything seemed all idyllic, and it was really nice.
And everyone's brought a pet to this barbecue, and it's quite creepy. So there's a couple of old women stroking their cats.
Yeah.
There is some dude brings his horse.
Yeah. Some of the dude's got a pig on a lead.
Yeah. It's all going down. And the wife of our family that we're following, she's very suspicious all along.
Yeah.
What's going on with these animals?
Yeah, she's not buying into this idyllic lifestyle, is she?
No, she soon finds out, doesn't she?
Yeah, she gets told. She gets initiated into the... Well, she discovers it by mistake to start with, but then she gets initiated into town life, doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean, you saw it coming. I saw it coming, I'm sure. There's a sacrificial Viking stone.
In this town. We are in Norway, so I suppose that makes sense. But yeah, and apparently if you sacrifice something on this stone, you get good luck for the rest of your life, or you get a moment
something that you love.
Yeah. So the lady, I've not got any names, I apologise. The main character in this episode decides to kill the family dog.
Yeah. I feel I've seen enough dog-related violence in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, goodness me, yes.
to last me quite some time.
We'll come to that in the next episode. But yeah, so she kills the family dog. She wins some money, but not as much as she thought she was going to win.
Yeah, it's a little bit on a scratch card, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the townsfolk tell her, well, you know, the amount of luck that you get is directly related to how much you loved the thing you've sacrificed.
Yeah, so she didn't love this dog as much as the rest of the family did.
So that's why all these villagers are looking after these pets. It's basically their insurance policy.
Yeah, they're going to sacrifice them and get some sweet, sweet cash. And then it takes a turn. The turn everybody saw coming. So she tells her husband what she's done, doesn't she?
Yes.
And she takes him out because she gets told, look, you need to love this thing more than anything. So she takes her husband out to this sacrificial stone, explains what she's done. The dog's still there. Bit gruesome. Then she tries to kill him.
It escalates quickly.
It escalates very quickly because she thinks, well, I really love him. I'll just kill him. So they start fighting, don't they? And have a bit of a scuffle. And eventually, they've got a daughter. We've not mentioned the daughter yet. She turns up.
Yep.
She kills the mum.
She does indeed.
In a twist that I didn't really see that twist coming, I must admit. I knew, obviously, the family were going to start killing each other. Then, after that, it cuts away to like later on in life.
Yep.
For this girl, and she's in a business meeting. And is he a journalist or has he come for a job interview or something?
It's a journalist, so he's come to
interview her.
He's happy because he's got the first interview with this
multi-millionaire hotshot businesswoman. And he says they're having this interview, and it turns out that it's this young girl that's all grown up. And he says, you had a tough childhood because your mother disappeared when you were young. And then
your father did a few years later.
A couple of years later, your father did as well, implying that she killed him at the same time, or a couple of years later, in the same way.
And she's sitting in a chair like a Bond villain, stroking a cat.
And that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
What did you think of that one?
I kind of enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed that one. It had a massive early Stephen King vibe to it. It was almost like reading a Stephen King short story. It's exactly what he would have written back in like the early 80s.
The old people with their pets were just creepy.
Yeah, they really were. Like you say, the twists are not pulling up any trees. They're, in both of these episodes, you see the twist coming a mile off. But they're fun to just sit and watch. They're half-an-hour episodes, aren't they? They're not like full hours. And I really enjoyed that one.
I've just got to answer my phone. I forgot I'm on call.
Yeah, no worries.
1 sec. I'm back, sorry.
That's all right. No worries. What were we saying?
You were saying that you quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did quite enjoy it, but I think I really enjoyed it because it really reminded me of early King. It had a real Pet Sematary vibe to it. And it felt like a really early Stephen King short story. It's exactly the sort of thing you would have written. And it was just fun. It was just enjoyable. For a half an hour little bit of TV, it was good. I'm impressed with this show so far.
Yeah, so I think I am generally. Do you want to talk about the second episode?
I do. It's been a while since I watched it, so you might have to jog my memory on it now. Go on. You start.
This was about three brothers.
Yep.
One of whom had been spent a substantial amount of time in a institution.
Yes, he just got out, hadn't he? That was the story.
So he went on a road trip with his two brothers.
He was told to stay at home by his parent or his mother.
Yes.
But then his brothers came around and talked him into going on this road trip.
They're heading to a cabin. Is it their old family house that they've not been to for years and years? They pick up a hitchhiker.
Yep.
On the way, a young girl. Go to the cabin, have a bit of fun, drink some drinks, and then things all go a bit wrong.
Yes, they really do.
Go on.
No, you go on. I can't really remember.
And the girl ends up being murdered.
Yep.
By
she said something out of turn to one of the brothers, didn't she, that he didn't like?
Yes.
It was something about, because he was being crazy. He was drunk and he was being crazy. And she says, you'll end up in an institute, which triggered some sort of response in the brother that made him lose his shit a little bit, because he's obviously his brother's just got out of an institute.
Does he say, he's just got out for killing our dad?
Yeah, something like that.
And then one of the brothers said, well, but how do you know the right person was in the institute? And you think, is that the twist? Then
she ends up dead.
Yes. Which our guy that we've been following, the guy who's been in the institute, he has to watch this murder.
Yeah.
But it turns out there were no other brothers, and he was the murderer all along. He's
a schizophrenic, I guess, a multiple personality type guy. So his mother shows up, and it turns out that the girl wasn't real either.
No, he'd stolen like a sign.
They'd run over a sign when they got to the gas station. This is where I picked up the twist. I thought it was quite clever at this point, because the sign was of a young girl in a yellow jacket. And then the next character we saw was a girl in a yellow jacket. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder where that's going. And it turns out he'd just beat the shit out of this sign. And he's just been there on his own, just being crazy in this house. And his mother turns up and takes him home.
She does. They stop at a petrol station again, don't they?
Yeah.
Is it to return the sign?
Yeah, they do. They return the sign.
And the mother says to him, right, stay here, don't get out of the car.
Yeah.
To which he instantly sees a hallucination of these two brothers.
Yeah.
And they basically make him explode the gas station.
Yeah, so everybody gets blown up at the end.
Yeah.
What did you think of that one?
I quite like that one as well.
I really enjoyed that one. This is a lot more basic than Alice in Borderland was. It is just literally just silly little stories per episode. There's no continuous story. The episodes are not related in any way, other than that they're based on these people sitting on this bus on their way to the bad place, I guess. But yeah, it's just so far they've just been really fun things to watch, haven't they? Silly little mindless horror stories.
Yeah. Many little TV plays, really. I mean, there's definitely more than a whiff of Inside Number 9 about some of these.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Black Mirror kind of as well.
But with less of the comedy elements so far. But
yes.
Whether we'll see a bit more of that.
Yeah, maybe. And there are a lot more. Black Mirror and Inside Number 9 are quite intelligent, whereas I don't think these are. They're just mindless little fuck pieces, aren't they, for half an hour. But no, so far they've been really good. There's 6 of them in total, so we'll do another one this week. And we'll come back and talk about that one next week, I guess.
Sure.
Right. Well, we didn't think we'd have much content, and we've gone for nearly an hour. What are we watching What are we watching on the movie show this week, Nick?
This week on our movie show, which you can find right here on this very same feed on Thursday, we are watching a movie called Bullet Head. Bullet
Head, indeed. It's exciting.
And I am really excited about it.
I can't wait to talk about it. I must admit, I'm excited. So yeah,
it stars John Malkovich.
Yep.
Adrian Brody.
Yep.
And a Culkin. Is it Rory?
Yes, Rory Culkin and Antonio Banderas. Don't forget.
Oh, of course, Tony B.
Big Tony B's in it, and a really cool dog. So
yeah.
So we'll talk about that on Thursday. So until then, I guess it's goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.